For decades, Republicans sold America two promises: that they'd make us richer and keep us safer. But a new Gallup poll just blew that myth to pieces. Voters across the country are waking up to a simple truth: the GOP can't deliver on either. And after less than a year of full Republican control, Americans are realizing that the so-called party of prosperity has left them broke, bitter, and disillusioned. Last year, 50% of Americans said Republicans were the party that could make the country prosperous. Today, that number's dropped to 43%. Meanwhile, 47% now say Democrats are the ones who can actually grow the economy. That's not just a shift, that's a reversal of a decades-old narrative. After years of failed tax cuts for billionaires, attacks on unions, and trickle-down lies, people are finally noticing Republican economics don't lift workers, they crush them. Republicans used to dominate on national security. In 2023, 57% of voters trusted them to keep America safe. Now that's fallen to 54%, barely ahead of Democrats at 48%. Even their so-called law and order message rings hollow as GOP leaders defend insurrectionists and slash funding for law enforcement when it's politically convenient. Voters see the hypocrisy, and they're turning away. When it comes to who can handle the country's most important problems, Democrats now hold a narrow 2-point lead, 40% to 38%. But what's crucial is momentum. During the Biden years, Republicans had an 11-point advantage. That advantage has completely collapsed. Both parties sit in the high 30s in favorability, but for Republicans, this is a brutal fall from grace. Let's be clear, this isn't a celebration of Democrats' dominance, it's a rejection of Republican failure. Because the American people are seeing what conservative governance really looks like: book bans, culture wars, and billionaire handouts while the middle class drowns. The GOP's obsession with owning the libs has replaced any vision for progress. Their priorities aren't economic growth or national unity, they're grievance, fear, and division. And when that's all your platform offers, even loyal voters start to walk away. Still, this poll exposes something deeper: a growing frustration with the entire system. Americans don't just distrust Republicans, they're losing faith in both parties. We're a nation of 340 million people, forced into a binary choice between two political brands that often feel outdated and unresponsive. Many Americans agree with their party some of the time, but wish there were more ambitious, more progressive options. When choice disappears, complacency takes over, and both major parties stagnate. The right sinks into extremism, the left risks timidity, and everyday Americans get left behind. If this poll proves anything, it's that the ground is shifting. Voters want leadership that actually fights for working people, not culture wars or billionaire tax breaks. They want affordable health care, fair wages, safe communities, and clean energy jobs, the very policies Democrats have been pushing while Republicans scream about woke coffee cups. That's the path forward: expanding opportunity, protecting democracy, and rejecting the politics of hate. Because when Democrats lead boldly, not defensively, America thrives. So yes, the GOP's collapse in these polls is well-earned, but it's also a call to action. We can't afford to just reject Republicans. We have to demand better from everyone in power. If you believe in facts over fear, hope over hate, and progress over propaganda, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below. Because the more Americans wake up to Republican failure, the closer we get to building a country that finally works for all of us.